Welcome back to Developers Home, and today we are setting up our system for MySQL. You know that till now we solve all problems using PostgreSQL and Spark, but we also want to solve this problem using MySQL, and that's why in this video we are understanding that how can we setting up our MySQL, how can we that create table, schema, and load data so that we can solve our problems. As part of data engineering setup, we have already that deployed MySQL, so we'll just go and make sure that our Docker container is running. So we have this data engineering suite in which we have Spark, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB. So we just make sure that this Docker container is running. We'll just go inside and see that this looks healthy. We can also check stats and it says that okay, CPU, memory, everything looks good. So now we use MySQL Workbench. We also install this as a part of setting up our system. So if I go here and we need to add our system. So we use 127.0.0.1 and whatever username and password you use for creating your this Docker container. So just do test connection. Okay, connecting successfully. And now if you click on this, it will connect. And now we are inside this MySQL server. If I go to schema part, I see I only have one schema, which is system schema. We'll be creating our schema so that we can create our own tables. We can work with that. So first step is I will create this schema and will give name as a data engineer, create schema, data engineer. And if I execute, it will create schema for us. Here I see it's executed successfully. I will refresh here so I can see now my schema, which is the data engineering. So our schema is created. Next thing is we'll also create tables here. So now before that, we need to tell that okay, in which schema we are. So I will say that use a data engineering schema. And now I will write query for creating this table. We have this all the queries available on our GitHub repo. So we can use our GitHub repo, or you can also go here. This is specifically we are doing for solving problem number 7. So I am just creating this table, which is a transaction table. And I go here, paste this query, and I'm saying that I have table with transaction and these are the columns I need. So if I execute, it will be creating this table. So table also created successfully. I go here to refresh and it should be now showing table here. So we have this table, columns, index, foreign keys, triggers, whatever we have, we can check it from here. As of now, we have created only simple table with primary key as ID. And now if I click on this explanation mark, I can see all the properties which is having this table, what all columns I have, what all indexes I have, or if you want to see which DDL syntax we have used, so we can also check that. So yeah, you can also have information on this. If you click on this icon or if you write select star from this table, you will get to know what all data we have in this table. We have just created this table, so we don't have any data. But in the next step, what we'll do is we'll also import data. So we have transaction.csv file on our GitHub repo. So you can go there and get it from there. So if you go to problem number 7, so what we normally do is we have here problem 7, which is like answer of this problem. But we have transaction.sql, which says that, okay, this is the query which we use for creating table and we have this data in CSV format. So now I will import this data here. So for that, right click on table data import wizard, selecting this CSV file problem 7 and transaction.csv, click on next, selecting that I want to load data in this table, click on next, and we'll check that okay, columns which is there in CSV file and column which is we have in table are properly mapping or not. Here we have same name in CSV, same name in table, so it's directly mapping. But if in case you want to change this, you can use this drop down and you can change that. I will go next and I will say yes, import data. I also want to see logs here and click on next, and I see that data import is going on, and this is importing line by line. So it's using insert into command, and loading data into this table. So we see that import data file finish performing this task. So this is done. And now data loaded, which is 100 records inserted. Click on finish. I will execute this query again, and now I see that we have data available in this table. So this is how you can create table and you can import data into that table. And here they have, like, that this MySQL workbench, which is web, which is, that UI based component. So we can also go to Docker container and we can write query and we can do that using terminal or CLI. But this is UI based, so it's easy to do. So if in case you want to create table, it is also giving option of UI, and using UI also you can create, but we'll be providing all the SQL scripts, so you can use that SQL script. If you want to edit data, we can also use this for editing data. If I say the instead of milk one, I want milk, if you click on apply, so it will update this data. And field types, you want to see what kind of field we have. Query status, you want to see how it's taking time executing query, and if you like executing any query, what is your execution plan, how it's fetching data from this physical space of this table. So it will be also showing that when we're executing complex query, we'll go to this part, but for now it's straightforward, it's just reading data from the table. So yeah, this is how that we have created table, created schema, loaded data. So you can use this for future all the problem solving when we solving this problem using MySQL. So yeah, thanks, and let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in next problem solving. Thanks.